Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. St. Kitts and Nevis' Tourism Minister named Caribbean Journal's Caribbean Tourism Minister of the Year. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 19th December 2023, brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Details when we return.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Tourism Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Marsha Henderson, has been named the Caribbean Tourism Minister of the Year at Caribbean Journal's Caribbean Travel Awards 2024. Andre Huey of SKN Newsline reports.
A release from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority said this incredible achievement is a testament to the Minister Henderson's dedication and exceptional leadership of St. Kitts tourism industry. The release continued by saying that Caribbean Journal's recognition of St. Kitts as a reinvented destination reflects the remarkable strides Minister Henderson has taken in reshaping our brand and showcasing the unique attributes that make our island truly special. The increased airlift, including addition of new flights from JetBlue and the exponential growth of our cruise port, not only demonstrate your exceptional vision, but also highlight the trust and confidence that the industry has in your leadership. The release continued. This is the second time a tourism minister from St. Kitts and Nevis has been accorded this honor. In 2021, then Tourism Minister Lindsey Grant was recognized by Caribbean Journal as Tourism Minister of the Year for his work in managing the tourism industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Leader of the Parliamentary Opposition, Mark Brantley, speaking in response to the 2024 budget address delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew of St. Kitts and Nevis, is calling for greater and more timely change in the economic makeup of St. Kitts and Nevis. Glenn Bart of SKN Newsline has this report.
Noting that the country's overdependence on the Citizenship by Investment program has increased and that the program is likely to face substantial external pressures, Brantley is calling for a shift in the way CBI is utilized. According to Brantley, the time of chasing new applicants to the program might be over, and we should also establish a program that can provide value-added services to the country's existing economic citizens.
Rather than us trying to compete with our neighbors about who get the most numbers of applicants, we need now to say that we've gone past that. And whilst we have the platinum program with the highest levels of security and integrity that we are offering to the world as a matter of sovereign right as a sovereign nation, we are also saying that rather than going out there to every little trade show, trying to say, oh, send your business to me, and have agents telling you what they're going to pay you, and underselling the program, because let us call a spade a spade. A lot of things have happened that ought not to be happening. Why not say instead that we are at now a critical mass? I've used the number of 40,000 for illustrative purposes only because I don't know what the number is. That we have 40,000 wealthy Kittitians and Nevisians out there. And it is time for us to make them feel at home in St. Kitts and Nevis. We ought to have a bespoke agency of some kind that provides value-added services to our existing economic citizens. Currently, we are only concerned with chasing new people. And the existing people that we have, that 40-plus Yemeni family, that's full of money, never been here, but they hold our passport. How do you get some of them to come here, to visit, to invest. That to me is the next iteration of citizenship by investment.
According to the parliamentary opposition leader, it is important to start reshaping the CBI program now, while diversifying and pushing other sectors of the St. Kitts and Nevis economy. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Clients of stocks and security could see the return of a portion of their lost funds as early as this Friday, marking a significant step towards recovery after the reported multi-billion-dollar fraud that rocked the firm. Additionally, clients will regain access to their accounts, offering them some relief from the turmoil. Kimberly Henry of CVM Live reports.
No public funds have or will be used to support SSL in the payment of any of its employees or any other of its expenses.
Just over 2 weeks ago, the government faced public backlash and scrutiny when Dr. Nigel Clark announced that it will cost taxpayers at least $15 million monthly to pay the salaries of workers and some operational expenses for private investment firm Stocks and Security Limited, SSL. However, a finance ministry press release on Tuesday retracted this contemplation because SSL is in receipt of a $1 million insurance drawdown.
An insurance claim made by the temporary manager of SSL in April of this year to SSL's overseas insurers in the United Kingdom has now been settled. SSL received the insurance payout of $1 million on Thursday, September 7th, which enabled SSL to settle the remainder of their August staff salary bill.
This amount, Dr. Clark says, is the maximum claimable under SSL's insurance policy. So the question, is this amount sufficient to keep the fraud-hit firm in operation until the investigation is completed? And how long will this investigation last? Meanwhile, Dr. Clark says clients who own Jamaican dollar securities, that is stocks and bonds, will on Friday begin to receive these, and any Jamaican dollar cash balances in clients' accounts will be transferred to banks specified by them.
While we expect up to 1/3 of Jamaican dollar client balances to be transferred within days, the entire process could take up to 6 weeks to be completed, given the volume of client accounts.
However, SSL clients who own US dollar securities will experience a delay since it
will involve collaboration with US-based regulators and US-based investment houses.
He says the complete removal of SSL as a contingent liability to the government requires a final determination by the court. Dr. Clark further notes that due to progress in the investigation, SSL staff is projected to decline from 22 people to no more than 8 by the end of November. Kimberly Henry for CVM News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The World Bank says developing countries spent US $443.5 billion to service external public debt. Javon Keys of TVJ Business Day filed this report.
In its latest international debt report, the World Bank says developing countries like Jamaica continue to face higher costs to pay down debt, especially in the context of higher interest rates. This moved funds away from critical budget items such as health, education, and the environment. The multilateral agency says debt payments, which include principal and interest, increased by 5% over the previous year for all developing countries. As it relates to Jamaica, the World Bank says the country owed $17.6 billion last year. That's slightly lower than the 2021 figure of $17.8 billion. 54% of those owed were private sector players, including bondholders. The majority of the remaining creditors were multilateral agencies, followed by bilateral partners. Last year, the country had about $1 billion in debt to the World Bank. The sum to private creditors was valued at $5.1 billion, down from $5.4 billion. Principal repayments payments were valued at $503 million last year, down by $21 million. Interest payments, however, increased to $709 million compared to the $647 million in 2021. For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
The nation of Antigua and Barbuda paid its final respects to Ambassador Sir Ramirez Fares Hadid, who was laid to rest following an official funeral at the Holy Family Cathedral on Wednesday last. Family members were joined by people from all walks of life who were touched by his generosity and patriotism. ABS's Terry Andrew reports.
An official funeral fitting for a man who helped to build the Tuna Island state and who was a source of hope and inspiration for many. Sir Ramirez was described as the foundation on which the Hadid family continues to build a legacy in Antigua and Barbuda.
Uncle Ramirez was the bridge and foundation upon everything was built. Our entire foundation structure was based on Uncle Ramirez. Uncle Ramirez was the engineer and the mastermind of what we have achieved. We will miss him daily. Our family has lost one of its main pillars. Antigua and Barbuda has lost an outstanding son.
The tributes recognized Sir Ramirez's importance to the family's legacy in service to this country. The government's move to accord an official funeral to Sir Ramirez was publicly acknowledged during the eulogy by his brother Aziz.
Extremely proud and privileged to say that the government, the people of this country recognize the contribution that Sir Ramirez Hadid made in his life. But before I should say, yes, we built ourselves, but nothing wrong to participate in building a nation. So Mr. Prime Minister, leader of the opposition, Mr. Baldwin Spencer, everyone, we honored what the government and the opposition and the people of this country have made us more comfortable in this scenario.
He explains his brother's passion and way of life, which was exemplified in their relationship and the mantra they set for themselves in order to be successful.
Our success in life was not based on whether one have and one don't have. But I want everyone to know, when your hand like that, and you allow one finger to play, you can't play. When you put two, play better. 3, much better. 4, 5, and 6 are the best result we get. I maintain, whatever business we operate, we collectively put our resources for success.
Prime Minister the Honourable Gaston Brown offered words of encouragement to the Hadid family.
We know that it's a very difficult time for the Hadid family, but we wish to reassure you that we stand in solidarity with each member of the Hadid family, to include Sir Aziz, Radwan, Joseph, Francis, Andrew, all members of the Hadid family. And we hope that the passage of time and certainly the fond memories, and as you reflect on the contributions that he made towards nation building, that those will assuage the pain you feel. May his soul rest in peace and rise in glory.
Sir Ramirez's body was interred at the public cemetery. Terry Andrew, ABS News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Cotillion Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.